Welcome to the AFC North Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight and analysis on all things AFC North from the best creators in the division, including Baltimore Ravens creator Sam, Pittsburgh Steelers creator Mark, Cleveland Browns creator Chef Zay, and Cincinnati Bengals creator Zim. Catch the AFC North Roundtable every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the AFC North Roundtable YouTube channel.
And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the AFC North Roundtable. Z-Bot is out today, so I got myself and my laptop webcam going on here. So just, look, I'm not the star of the show. These other guys are. I'm about to bring them in. I mean, we had a lot of, I guess, chaos within the division. Let's go ahead and bring... Ooh, that's not the view. This is the view. There we go. And nobody's in here. Here we go. We're getting everybody in here. Boom, boom. And one more. Samuel, there we go. All right, I think I got it. There we go. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, don't forget, man, we need him in here.
All right, chill.
Feel fantastic.
I think everybody's up in here. I think everyone's doing a little better than me. But we'll go ahead and look. This week started out over in Ireland, the very first NFL game to ever be played over there in that country. And look, the Steelers were trying their best to give it away to the Vikings, but they ended up victorious, winning by a score of 24-21. Mark, give us a little bit of takeaways from this game on Sunday.
It was a pretty boring game, to be honest. Wasn't that fun? Only 75,000 fans, including myself there. It was awesome. It was a great game. I flew all the way from Sydney, Australia. Still here now in Galway. 25 hours to get here. Our Steelers always make it close right down to the very end. Probably the best game we've played for 3 and a bit quarters, and we snuck out at the end. But TJ Watt, Herbig went off. Deshaun Elliott came back. We had a better running game too with Kenny Gainwell. DK Metcalf, 80-yard touchdown. So many of you guys, I saw the episode with Bubba last week, said that we would lose. Zay said we'd lose because the Minnesota Vikings are 4-0, but that's in London. And they play next week in London. But no, overall, it was a great game. It was so much fun. But I lost my voice because I was yelling way too much near the end. And then, dude, right near the end, like I dead set, was swearing at anyone next to me. Because if we went to overtime that game, it would have been crazy. But we snuck out with a win. And I'm just happy we got 3-1.
So I remember when I was hosting a couple weeks ago, I felt like you were kind of in shambles. You said that, look, the Steelers suck. You don't think that they're going to be any good. But since then, I mean, 2 straight wins, and now you guys are sitting at 3-1. So you got to give me a little bit of a vibe check about how you're actually feeling about this team right now.
I don't know if we said we suck. I said that we're not playing too well.
I think you said that I don't think this team's any good. I think I remember you literally saying that.
Oh, yeah, well, it was true. Before 2 weeks ago, before the Patriots game, I don't think we were that great. That's why I chose the Patriots to win. You know. But that's what it's funny on this show, right? On this fucking show, if you go too much fanboy, the comments go after you. You go too much of a realist, all the other fucking comments go after you. So you can't win. Well, I don't fucking care because all these losers up in here, Zim, Zay, Zop, and Zamuels, they're all lost. I'm the only winner. I legit don't care what anyone says today. I don't care any rat shit today. What anyone says, I'm the only winner.
Yeah. And right now, I mean, I got to give it to the Steelers. The Steelers are sitting at the very top all by themselves right now. I mean, there's no tiebreakers going on. I mean, the Steelers are up there right now. And, there's just seems like there's not a whole lot of really resistance going on right now. We can go ahead and go to Zim. I mean, Zim, a couple weeks ago, you're flying pretty high after the win against the Jaguars. But then since then, just 2 straight losses, and they've come in pretty, I guess, awful fashion. I mean, pretty much blowout fashion. So, man, is it all the quarterback? Is it just things aren't vibing? I mean, you got to give me a status update of what's going on with these Bengals.
The Bengals. You don't want me to comment on the Steelers? With Mark?
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and comment on the Steelers. One thing I love about you guys is you guys have a lot to say.
No. I mean, we can do whatever you want. I just was so prepared to
Okay, let's hear. You're prepared. Let's get in here. I want to hear your takes.
I was. Mark said that the game was boring. I did watch. I had to go back and rewatch it. But to me, it wasn't a boring game. It wasn't a boring game.
I didn't think it was boring. I didn't think it was boring.
Yeah,
Everyone watch it. 9:30 game, right?
Sarcasm, or do I never do that again?
No. When
Like,
you said it first, I thought like I was
don't
like,
get my
oh,
sarcasm at all. Like, are you fucking serious? It was fucking a great game.
Yeah,
it was a great game, bro.
Some
I
blood.
think that the Steelers, for sure, their defense is starting to wake up. Their defense is starting to show up. I will say Carson Wentz did throw over 300 something. And then also I want to point out the fact that the Steelers, the Vikings had more total yards than the Steelers. And that doesn't really mean too much when you watch the whole entire game. I thought that the Steelers had more, they looked like the better team most of the game, right? But the one thing I will say is that, like, even passing wise, 200 yards from Aaron Rodgers, 80 of it came on the one DK, like long play. Like, we've been saying the same thing every single week about the explosive plays and like overall, like the offense for the team. And I just think that right now it's not showing up. But then when you play like real teams, like I just don't believe in it still. So I think you're going to get that from me throughout the whole season. There's a lot of things that the Steelers are going to have to prove.
The old argument is last year. The real teams haven't played anyone yet. Same argument. All right,
you got your ass whooped in the playoffs, just like we said.
yeah,
So
we haven't played anyone yet. That's fine. It's okay.
Right. Yeah. So we're just going to repeat 2024 for you. The shows that we did last year, we're just going to play the same thing because at the end of the year, I think at the end of the day, you still have the oldest quarterback living. And I'm in the mode. I'm in 2024 Zay mode. I'm just here to watch all of you guys crash and burn because I'm already down here in hell. So that's what I'm here for, Mark.
Well, you're leading the charge, mate. You're leading the charge. No quarterback.
I'm leading the charge, but you're coming with me. I'm bringing all you boys.
I don't think you win another game, to be honest. Legit, don't think you win another game ever.
It's possible if that happens.
This year,
If that happened, then I think the Bengals with a top 3 pick with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is pretty scary. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that your fate. We've already seen this movie. This is like watching like what's the fucking car movies and shit that they do like 20 of them and shit.
Oh, Fast and Furious.
This is like Fast and Furious with Mike Tomlin part 20 Like, you're going to lose the same way you lose every year. So that's all I want to say about the Steelers.
We'll see what happens. At least we have a chance.
Anybody else want to chime in?
you don't.
Chef Zay, you got anything nice to say about the Steelers, or you want to
win a game, mate? You won't win a game.
I mean, the only thing I can say is it is kind of looking a little bit like last year. Jets, Patriots, Vikings. It's gonna come tumbling down pretty soon. So,
hey Samuel, everyone else gave some takes on the Steelers. What do you have to say about the leaders of the AFC North right now?
I'm waiting for that defense to wake up. That's the scary thing. I agree with Zim. I think that the QB is the QB. I don't see much coming from him this year. But if that defense get their act together, we're going to be chasing the Steelers until week 18. I mean, me. The Ravens. Not you guys.
The Ravens?
Yeah, the Ravens.
The team in shambles?
Interesting.
The team with no quarterback right now? The team with a head coach problem?
We'll get to that. But
yes. I didn't know you were talking about that team. My fault.
Okay, yeah.
Our division is crazy now.
It is ridiculous, bro.
We're crazy now. This division is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy. I think it still can be somewhat up in the air. I mean, there's some guys that are down, but could potentially come back. But I got to get this in because, there were a lot of expectations behind, obviously, the Bengals. And I know you lost Joe Burrow, but because Joe Burrow's out, I guess, are we throwing in a towel on the 2025 season now?
We're super cooked. They're 32nd in every single category that you could show me, like offensively, defensive wise, same thing. Like, the Bengals are super cooked. Like, I could see them. I can't see too many wins, bro. Like, even though we're not there yet, but the upcoming game, like, bro, we're like an 11-point dog at home. Like, this is really bad, bro. Like, I think the Bengals are a great example of most of the teams, in my opinion, in the National Football League have average rosters. I think the Bengals still have like an average or slightly below average roster. But when you do not have a quarterback, you do not have a chance. And the Bengals are in this mode where they're so used to Joe Burrow saving them from so much stuff. And I tell all these people all the time, like, Joe Burrow masks so many flaws, and he'll get up on you on the scoreboard and he makes people look better than what they really are. And now that he's gone, everybody's getting exposed. And that's what you get from losing. I think it's like Now everybody's looking at every single player on our team, like offensive line, defensive line, every single point, and they're heavily flawed, like all over the place. Like, whereas I think the guys that actually still look good are like the 2 rookie offensive linemen. I know a lot of people are like, why'd you play the weapons? And I'm like, well, they drafted a shitload of offensive linemen too. So I think there's some good from that. But outside of that, I got nothing for you. The Bengals are in a horrible spot. They got bad teams that they're about. I mean, good, really, really good teams that they're about to play. I don't know what the plan is. I think that they should bring a quarterback in. They haven't done that. I think that they're ready to let the coach just go out in flames.
Hey, Zim, how long does Jake Browning have? How long is his leash?
This idiot Zach Taylor came to the podium today and said that, like, that's my guy and I'm sticking with him, like, which is insane. Like, I rewatched it, the film. There's people posting it. Jamar's like wide open all over the field. This dude doesn't see any of it. I thought the line was okay early in the game. Like, he doesn't have it, bro. I don't know what the answer is to that though.
Yeah, I mean, are you think you're gonna explore some trades? I mean, I know we maybe talk about Jameis Winston, or how about within the division? You can get Shedeur Sanders. What are you thinking?
I want Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston would make the season fun. I don't know if it would mean wins, but I do think it would be fun though.
You know what I that kind of like just tickles me the wrong way, Zim, because for somebody like you, especially, like, I would expect you, if you got Jameis Winston, I would think that would be more than enough with the type of weapons that you have on offense to go out there and win some games. You paid a lot of money to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You telling me the only thing you need to do is, like you said, find Jamar Higgins, who's wide open all the time? If I got Jameis Winston, shoot, I just paid.
You think it would be cut? I think there's so many other elements to just quarterbacking, like me and my partner were talking about that. Like, bring him in. Okay, how long does it take you to learn the offense? You know what I mean? Like, throw it to one. Not long. To the web. Yes and no. I just think that, like, people are going to counter a bunch of that stuff, and like the offense is set up for a guy like Jameis Winston. I could see it, but I'm one of them people. I think until I see it, that's what frustrates me a lot of times. When we're on these shows, I'm like, the Bengals did show you when Joe Burrow was there, like what they look like or when they win or something like that. And then people will be like, yeah, I don't think that they could beat, like, and I'll be like, but they beat all the teams that y'all said they, like, I saw it. The difference is somebody like Jameis Winston, I've never seen him in a Bengals uniform. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's, like, I don't know. He looked slow the last time I saw him.
Right, but just think about it. He threw 250 yards to Jerry Jeudy. You telling me he can't throw for 200 yards with T. Higgins or Jamar Chase? Like, I think you underestimated how good. I mean, I know you're not underestimating them, but I'm just thinking of, if you can have a quarterback who is not going to be afraid to sling the freaking ball,
right?
That should be more than enough what you need for this offense. Defense, that's a different story.
Now you cooking. I think the defense too. If anybody did watch that Broncos game, it was awful. They made some key stops early in the game. Things ain't go their way, and then Broncos throw another late
drive was really good.
I mean, defensively, like offensively, like we moved and they should have went for it on 4th down. Like, beyond that, just the defense. I think overall, like, they looked okay, but then they just got gas. Like, their offense going 3 and out, off the field. They're lucky they ain't get like 30-something put on them. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I know a couple weeks ago we were talking about Chef Zay, how they should just tank, lose her draft picks. Where are you at this moment? Are you still rooting for potentially meaningless wins, or are you going to go down with the tank to try to bottom out to see what kind of talent you can get?
Well, I've never been down with a tank. Absolutely.
When I was talking to Zim, I'm talking to Zim on this because Zim was trying to tell you guys should be losing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I still think they should be losing.
But what do you think about the Bengals? Should the Bengals be losing?
I don't think that the Bengals can afford to just flat out tank. They paid too many people. So, like, this is what I've been articulating to everybody is, like, if everybody's running with this crazy narrative that the Bengals are cheap, even though they outspend like so many other teams, what is one thing that a cheap person isn't going to do? They're not going to throw away money. They're not going to go out there and let Noah Fant just let them just sit on the side. They're not going to just start shelving people Jamar Chase gonna win his numbers. T. Higgins gonna win his numbers. Like all these people like that, they're not. You need 53 people to be in. I've witnessed a tank before. There were little people that were moving forward on that contract. It was a very bad 2019 team. You had veterans that were under. You need the formula for it. I've seen it. Like Mixon is a little bit dinged up, really nothing to play for. So you shelf him. AJ Green, same thing. Like you shelf him. Like, but guys that just got paid or guys that are in their prime, we didn't have that on that team. Like Sam, that was the team that Lamar that spin move on, that bum ass Bengals team. Like we just put in nothing but practice squad people every single week, and we didn't have depth anyway. So that's what it looks like. The Bengals paid too many people. Even like a guy like Dax Hill, they picked up his 5th-year option and stuff like that. Like they can't. And my one rule, I wrote this article a long time ago. The one rule about tanking, the only time you should tank ever is for a quarterback, in my opinion.
Interesting. Yeah, I know. For me, I've been in situations where if I suck, I just want to bottom out. But I'm a Jaguars fan, so I'm used to this dilemma every year. Luckily, it's not looking like it so far. Only loss coming to the Bengals, so I'm still mad at you about that, Zim. But it is what it is, man. So we can move on. We got to talk about this Browns game because, geez, last week they shocked the world, right? Defeating the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people losing their survivor pools, not believing what happened. But and then, this week playing against another NFC North opponent gets blown out in Detroit 34-10. Chef Zay would love to hear about this one.
Well, I mean, this is pretty much the same story that we've been hearing since, the beginning of 2024. We've scored over 20 points 3 times in the past 21 games. We failed to score over 18 the rest of those times. And we've only won 4 of those games since the beginning of 2024. It's frustrating when you have the type of defense that you have and your offense goes 4 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 7 plays, punt, 8 plays, 27 yards field goal, 8 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays, 5 plays. Like, you can't win football games if you have a non-existent offense. And the change is finally here. The seat is boiling now. Once you make that Dillon Gabriel move, that's the ticking time bomb for not only your job, but now you're going to be hearing every week to week, Shedeur, where are we going to see Shedeur? You already are seeing the glimpse of what it is now. The fact that Joe Flacco is still beating quarterback number 2 and Shedeur is still number 3. And then the comments at the press conference, like, you have now opened the Pandora's box for a lot of outside noise that you already are trying to avoid as it is with a 1-3 record when you have a number 1 defense in the league. So the pressure's on with Kevin Stefanski. I'm expecting some type of game that will, I don't want to say quiet the fans down, but would at least tame them for another week. Because if Dillon Gabriel comes out this week and it looks anything like the offense that we've been seeing the first 4 weeks, it's probably going to be hell here in Cleveland. But if Dillon can come in and look like he did in that Eagles preseason game, it's enough to run with that we can say, because I'm in the camp that all we need is minimal effort on offense. We don't need anything out of the box. You need Trent Dilfer. You need maybe even some Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, you need Rocket Rifle when he had that little stretch. Like, you need bare minimum quarterback play right now, and this defense will propel you to where they need to be. So I'm all eyes on Dillon Gabriel this week. I'm hoping for a good game, but I mean, 1-3, the Ravens, you are what your record says you are, despite your players, baby.
Yeah, so I gotta hear, man, is this benching justified, and are you like, what are the vibes going forward with Dillon Gabriel? I know I've been familiar with him, like he played at UCF for a little bit, left-handed quarterback, a little bit undersized, but are you excited about this one? Are you expecting much, or are there no real expectations with you?
Oh, I have expectations, because this is not, we are now in the realm where there are no more excuses. Kevin, this is your guy. So we went through the Baker Mayfields, the Jacoby Brissett's, the PJ Walkers, the Joe Flacco's, the Jeff Drissel's, and the Bailey Zappies. You handpicked this guy at number 94. you showed us all throughout preseason with him getting first team reps and being up second after Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, and that you've shown how much you are invested into this guy. If you can't make this guy look good, why in the hell would I want to see what you look like with the potential quarterback that we're going to draft next year? So this is a very, very big stretch, especially looking at the schedule. When you talk about who we have to play, we have a very winnable stretch of games here with the Vikings, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets, the teams that we're giving Mark crap for beating. We have those same opponents coming up, and if we can't look serviceable against those guys, that's a real tell on your coach and the evaluation of what Dylan Gabriel is, because your defense is too good.
The Steelers one is probably the easy one. I don't know about the other one.
I was agreeing. I think the same thing. But that's what, and when I talk about these games, like when you say, well, when do you want to see Shador? I really don't want to see Shador until I see Dylan Gabriel play Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Those are the two teams that I need to see, because those are the most important games that we need to evaluate. Does he have enough to play these teams 2 times a year? Because this is the bar that is set, which is the AFC North. Can you play in this type of weather? We already saw the comments with him where it's like, yeah, I don't like playing in the cold weather. Where you going to be playing in the cold weather, and you more than likely going to be playing against the Steelers or the Ravens or the Bengals in that cold weather. So how you going to perform in those games? So we got Pittsburgh coming up in 2 weeks, and then a few weeks after that, we got Baltimore. Those are my must-watch TV games for Dylan Gabriel, because those are the tell-alls.
I got a question for Zay.
Yeah, it's Mark.
So why would you go and sign Joe Flacco if you give him like 3 weeks and he's out?
Because Joe Flacco was the guy that really gave you the best chance to go out here and do something if he performed the way that I was hoping him to do. And since he's not doing that, he's not mobile, he's missing things. I think it's more, my big question in all of this is, how come the offense looks different now than when it did in 2023? We're not even seeing the same type of shots being made. We're not even seeing the same style of offense. When you have a running back who is getting 100+ yards per game as a rookie, how are you not utilizing that more to open up that pass game? So unfortunately, the leash was always going to be short on Joe Flacco. We talked about this every single week, where we were looking at that 6-week window, and it was all going to depend on what that record was going to be. And when the offense ain't moving, it was always going to be the right move, because you got 2 rookies back there. You need some type of veteran presence. You know that.
Interesting. So I guess, how are you actually, your honest opinion, do you think that Dylan Gabriel will be able to get it done, or do you see him failing out and you guys maybe trying to get a quarterback in this upcoming draft? Like, I'd love to see your gut reaction right now.
I think this is Kevin Stefanski's best shot to display that his offense can work, because the small sample size that we saw, and it was in preseason, which is not, it's a tainted sample size. He ran the offense exactly like how Kevin Stefanski wants it. My only problem is it's hard to give that gut reaction, because there's people that think that Kevin Stefanski is going to make it through this season and continue to be our coach next year. But I'm in the camp where this is all predicated on how your season turns out. If we go 3-14 and 4-14 and Dylan Gabriel doesn't look the part, I don't believe that Kevin Stefanski is going to be here. So he would have had to exert all options this year. So I think you have, like I talk about, this next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These next 5 games are as big as they've ever been, because Dylan Gabriel should be able to go out here and win some games. Because if he sucks, there's no way they're going to be able to avoid the storm, which is Shador Sanders. It's going to be inevitable at that point.
It will be. It will be. And that's why I think, like, I don't even know if they really wanted to draft him. It almost felt like they had to, in a sense. So I got to
never pass out a bargain, bro.
I got to go around the panel, though. I want to see anytime there's like a new quarterback shake up, when it's not like a veteran backup, it's a rookie coming in. I mean, it's big news. So Samuel, when you hear about Dylan Gabriel coming in, do you have faith in him, or do you think he'll just be another name to add to that jersey list that we have, the infamous Browns jersey list?
He's a question mark, that's for sure. I like what I saw from him in the preseason. More often than not, can he get the job done against the Vikings and Steelers? That'll tell me a lot more. He makes the Browns an enigma in certain aspects. It makes them dangerous, because we already know their defense is their defense. And in fact, I think their defense is the best in the league, no doubt. So again, like Zay said, if he can get just minimal effort, even like an Aaron Rodgers type game, 200 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick, that's enough. No turnovers. That's enough to compete in those slate of games for sure, and especially with the way the Ravens defense are looking right now. It doesn't take much. Put 14, 21 points on the board, and you got yourself a W. So the Browns definitely make me nervous. It's asking a lot from a rookie, no doubt about it, and especially in this division, it's going to be tough to win those type of games. But if he gets it done, the Browns are right back in it.
Let's hear your thoughts.
This be the first rookie quarterback to start outside the country.
Oof, I have no idea.
Question. It might be actually. You might be onto something there, bloke.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I reckon he is. I reckon he's the first rookie quarterback to start for his team outside of the country.
I mean, look, from Hawaii, played football in the mainland. Now his first start in the NFL is over in London, so it's only fitting for him, right?
You'd think so, because they didn't do international games back in 1945. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
So let's hear your thought. Let's hear your thoughts. I want to see, do you have any faith in Dylan Gabriel, or
here's my quick thoughts, right? And I'll be truthfully honest. I don't even know who the fuck he is, but I don't care, because you're versing Brian Flores. Like I don't care. I don't care what he did in college or where he was or what he can throw or how tall he is. Apparently he's like 5'6" or whatever. Don't care. You're going to London, which Zay said last week. Fact check. Zay said the Steelers going to lose because the Minnesota Vikings were 4-0 in London. In London, friends reference. Now he's going there to start, right? And he's versing Brian Flores, which they're more comfortable over there. I think he gets toasted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Flip those eggs over, baby.
Yeah.
Done, mate.
All right, Zim. So we got to hear your thoughts. I went around the panel, got everyone's thoughts about the how Dylan Gabriel is going to do at quarterback. Is he the future, or are you expecting no greatness?
I told him before the show started, I think we got another Kenny Pickett, situation with him, like where you get a little bit, here, and then you feel confident about it, and you're like on the fence. And that was part of the reason why I've been like, bro, just play him off the break. You're gonna know if he like it. Like I think even with JJ McCarthy is a good example. Bro played, he showed his moxie, he could come back. Didn't look too good. They faked the injury, got him up out of there, got Carson Wentz in there, right? That to me is like worst case scenario. You can then take that sample size, work off of that, work on those things in practice. By the time we see JJ McCarthy again, when Carson Wentz gets benched again, they can go and iron out those kinks. Then by the time the end of the season is over, you got a real sample size and you understand, can I move forward with this guy or not? And then you go to the next quarterback. And that's just how the NFL works. The longer you hold these guys off, it's not like back in the day, bro. Like it's just not. And I don't know how good he'll do, like in his first initial game or whatever. But I do think because the defense is going to give him opportunities to cook a game like the Vikings, I think he should win. I know the Vikings beat the dog crap out of the Bengals, but Carson Wentz wasn't really like the catalyst to that. And I think that the Browns can hurt them in a lot of different ways. And I really think I don't even know what the spread is. I guess we're going to get to that on Sleeper later on in the show. But I think that that's the type of game that the Browns are set up for. Is like a quarterback that you can kind of catch off guard. I expect like a defensive touchdown with the Browns this week. Like their offense, when I watch the Vikings, is not really impressive at all. And I know that Addison has now come back, and I think that'll help them out a lot. But I just think that the Browns defense currently right now, that's the perfect formula for a team that I think that they can cook, is like a team like the Vikings. I don't know how that ties in with Dylan Gabriel. I just know that he'll have games like that where he doesn't have to do that much and then he'll win, kind of to Zay's point. But the bigger issue to me is, can he win the big games? And that another good point that Zay brought up is like he wanted to see how does he look against the Ravens? How does he look against the Steelers? You need to see what does he look like out of division too. You need to see you need to see all of that because it's going to matter.
We're going to see him throw a pass first, fellas. What are we talking about?
He's going to throw a pass.
And that's the thing, though, like,
he's talking about division.
Zay's gonna be like, did you see the sparkle come off the football? Like it literally had glitter just flying off the ball. Like Dylan.
That's how you feel when Joe Burrow throw the ball. You know it is.
It is. I miss that sparkle from 9, bro. Like you should.
There's just some players that have certain type of moxie to them, and one guy that we should be hanging our hats on, like this is why it's so frustrating to me and the Kevin Stefanski truthers out there, because they talk about all these things, but they never defend their points and let us know why he's so good. Think about all of the talent that Kevin Stefanski has had at his disposal. You had guys like Jarvis Landry, who was a Pro Bowl receiver who had 5 consecutive years with 1,000 yards receiving. You had Odell Beckham, who was one of the top talents at the point when John Dorsey brought him in. And you had, a year and a half of that. You had Nick Chubb, who was arguably the best running back in the league for an extended period of time. You had Joe Patonio, Wyatt Teller, some of the best run blockers in the league, and you still only found a way to run the ball 17 times per game. You had guys like David Njoku. You got a Jerry Jeudy. He's underutilized so much talent under us that you have a guy like Quashawn Junkins, who is literally a difference maker. You don't win that Green Bay game without Q. And the fact that they can't figure out ways to make him the focal point when you know you're getting very little QB play, that is the most frustrating thing of all.
You know what's so crazy though? I think you're saying that, Zay, because you're still living in life with Nicholas. You know, like Nicholas Chubb was like, that was y'all Myles Garrett for real.
But he still was underutilized though. We would look up and Nick Chubb would have 17 carries for 125 yards. And then you see Baker Mayfield throw the ball 40 times with 4 interceptions. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. It's not that Nick Chubb wasn't our Myles Garrett. It's just that Nick Chubb was cooking and your coach decided to not continue to feed him.
Can I say from the outside looking in though, me now looking at how garbage Jake Browning is, like on the same offense, I think is very, very commendable. Like, just not trying to gas up Browns fans, but to win with fucking who are them dudes that y'all had? Like Jacoby, winning with all of them dudes like that. Like, bro, that's tougher than what you think.
It's tougher than what you think. You're right. But you know what the problem of that is? They did that when the offense was dumbed down. Every time they went to a set offense, like they geared it towards 2024 for Deshaun Watson, and then they geared it to Joe Flacco this year, it's never been anything good. He's only looked good when he had the scraps and he had to dumb down his offense to the basic dink and dunk and that stuff. That's the problem.
Okay.
When he's a quote unquote an offensive guru.
All right, we going through the same thing. My coach is identifying himself as an offensive guru. I don't know.
Andy Reid had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they would probably have to ban him from the league.
I don't even, bro. If you just gave the Bengals a real person from the, you could give me Kevin O'Connell. You could give me like any decent coordinator.
Liam Cohen.
Give me Todd Monken. Give me any of them dudes that most of y'all are complaining about. I promise you the Bengals will be a top 10 offense. Like, Zach Taylor has no scheme, no nothing, no anything. He's just been riding the coattails of Joe Burrow.
Wow. Yeah. I know what's it called. So that's enough about the Browns. What we're going to do, we're going to move on. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the Ravens. I mean, it was a weird matchup between 1-2 teams with the Ravens and the Chiefs. It was a time for a little bit of redemption for the Ravens, and the Ravens lose. The Ravens lose and kind of blow off. I mean, 37-20. I don't know if that's considered a blowout, but I mean, a 3-score loss. It's a big one. Ravens dropped to 1-3. Fingers being pointed all over the place. Samuel, what the hell is going on with the Ravens?
Quitters.
We're hurt, man. We're injured. That's the big thing. All right. I know I don't like making excuses. I know I don't want to make excuses. I'm just going to say, to start off, the main thing is that we're hurt. I'm going to read off the injury report right now because I want you guys to listen to all these names and then we'll get to the nitty-gritty. I know, Zim, you're ready to go, but let me just read off the guys. Chidobe Awuzie, Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson, Travis Jones, Tyler Linderbaum, Pat Ricard, Roquan Smith, Ronnie Stanley, Kyle Van Noy, Nate Wiggins. Those are all starters. All of those guys are on the injury report right now. So that's the basis for why the Ravens struggled so much in the game. Now, why did we lose? It's because we got out coached. We don't know how to play Steve Spagnuolo. We don't know situational play calling for Todd Monken. We don't know that we have Derrick Henry on 3rd and 1. How about we just run the football? None of that. We just roll out to the right, pass it to nobody over and over again. That's what happens. Our pass protection scheme was terrible in that Chiefs game. Our set protection was awful. Steve Spagnuolo did a great job of just letting us get into our protection sets and then sending off the delay blitz. That cost us big time. Lamar Jackson obviously getting hurt off that. Ravens has been talking about it all year long. If we don't get the offensive line together, Lamar Jackson's going to get hurt. Of course, he gets hurt. So, I mean, it's all of that. Our defensive coordinator, inexperienced, doesn't know how to call plays. All of that. It's a multitude of things. But I'm okay right now. But yeah, overall, we can't beat the big teams. I'm nervous about playing the minuscule teams right now. But the injury report that I set out, none of those guys are out for the year. They're going to come back, and we're going to keep this thing going. So I'm not too nervous. 1-3 obviously isn't a great start, but we're in the AFC North, so we still got a shot.
When we had 10, 11 guys on IR, we went 11-6 and made the playoffs.
We gonna go 11-6 too. It's not over
Lamar
yet.
Jackson.
When did you guys go 11-6? When was that?
2 years ago.
All right, still got a shot. That's what I'm not saying. It's not all doom and gloom over here, but
You're
I'm
just
saying.
inspiring hope in them now.
Can I say that none of those injuries were even a factor when you were getting the doors blown off you? I just had to say that because I saw the RG3 tweet and he was like, well, all these injuries and da-da-da, but it was after like this is when everybody I'm not gonna say quit because then y'all gonna
quit.
They're gonna come after me. But
they didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people.
This is a quote from a wise man. You couldn't pay me to believe that Lamar Jackson didn't pull. I don't know. I know there's a wise
Who
man
said that? Whoever said that was spitting, bro. Like
at the time, how
many views is on that? Like it's got to be like
600K. It's crazy.
600. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that must have been a wise quote.
Raven source. That's all I'm saying. A guy who knows his stuff. I'm just saying.
Yes,
he
sir.
said you couldn't pay him to believe it. I don't know.
Let me ask you guys this: have y'all ever seen one day, 2 to 3 weeks, and then the next day, day to day? I've never seen that. Has anybody ever seen that? I've never seen that, bro. I've never seen that.
I mean, if we rewind the tape from last week, he did say, out of respect, I'm not going to say what I know about what I know. He got some sources, so I
do have sources.
So, hey.
But, I mean, the team did quit. I'm gonna say the team did quit, not in the sense of, okay, I'm not playing anymore, but just they're bullies. You know how bullies are. When you're a bully and you get punched in the mouth, you don't have the fight back in you. And that's what happened with the Ravens. That starts up top. So once we got beat down, you saw the fight leave us. We knew we weren't going to win the game. So they were just lackadaisical out there. And when you're lackadaisical, you get injured. So that's what I think happened over there. But I still don't think it's over yet. I think once the Ravens finally ball down and get the middle of their defense together, we still have a shot. Am I as confident as I was in week 1? Absolutely not. I still think the Ravens are probably going to be in a couple of tough spots in this game. But none of those guys are in IR forever. The only person that's out is Nnamdi Madubuike. So we still have a shot. But if they don't get it done, John Harbaugh.
When you say have a shot, right? If you were to go 1-4, do you still feel the same way? 1-4.
1-5 will have me concerned. 1-4, no.
Okay.
But 1-4 means we have to beat the Rams, which I don't think is as plausible as beating the Texans. So
the Texans defense is nasty.
Yeah. So essentially, you're right. 1-4 is tough. This is the must-win game for the Ravens for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like before all of that happened, I told you about the Madubuike injury. I didn't feel like the defensive line. You don't have an elite rusher at all. The guy that you put more eggs in your basket and Mike Green isn't really doing anything. And I feel like that's the bigger issue out of all of this stuff. And when you cannot stop the run and the defense stays on the field, then everybody gets exposed. The secondary gets exposed. I don't think that the corners that have been all pros and Pro Bowlers and stuff, I don't think that they just flat out suck now. I think y'all just aren't used to not being able to stop the run. And this is the first. Right. This is the first time that y'all won't be able to consistently stop the run, and it looks very different. And then the secondary takes a lot of the brunt of the blame for it.
Is there problems on the offensive side of the ball too? Like, I'm just asking from a Ravens perspective. Like, what if my evaluation? Because I was watching the highlights of the last game, and I'm just thinking back to when the Ravens were at their dominant. Man, the Ravens would punch you in the mouth with Jamal Lewis and punch you in the mouth with Ray Rice. And when Lamar first came into the league, like he's developed into this guy where that was crazy. I didn't even think of that. But
I'm gonna clip that.
That's crazy.
That's wild. I didn't even mean to do that. But basically what my point is like, Lamar Jackson, I feel like wants to prove so much that he can be a pocket passer. I feel like you guys are at your best when Lamar Jackson was looking to run on a consistent basis, and then it could open up that offense or give it to Derrick Henry 20 plus times. Like, I feel like you guys aren't dominating and exerting your dominance with your most high powered weapons. You're trying to make Lamar Jackson into Batman when he's Spider-Man. Like, let the man. I think he needs to be that running guy. You guys know me. I keep saying that. I say it every single year.
Saying that, yeah.
I feel like you guys are at your most scary when Lamar Jackson is dictating stuff with his feet first, and then he can open it up with the pass.
You're right. And I think it's the disconnect between the offensive coordinator and the rest of the team. Todd Monken wants this to be a passing team so bad, and you see it in the way he calls plays on those short third and shorts, and this is just not that, especially with the offensive line play, especially with the way their offense philosophy is set up. It's not a timing type of offense. It's not like the Cincinnati Bengals where Joe Barr takes 3 steps back. He knows exactly where the receiver is going to be when the ball is hiked. It's not like that. It's not the type of offense they have. So they need to start running the ball more. It's like that. But the offensive line is terrible. I mean, the interior is terrible. The outside edges we have with Ronnie Stanley and Roger Rosengarten, we use Isaiah Likely and Pat Ricard so much to kind of mask the deficiencies there. And Pat Ricard's out, and Isaiah Likely just came back for the first time in limited action last week. So I think it's just going to be, can this offensive line gel together? Emory Jones is back. They signed Kenyon Green, which is crazy to say that could be a positive, but that's where we're at currently with this Ravens team. It's going to be tough, man, but I have faith, but it's just based on general belief of what we've seen in the past. Right now, we're reeling right now. We're reeling from top to bottom. And John Harbaugh looks really uncomfortable in the podium. If you guys watch him in the press conference, you could tell he's on the hot seat.
So I want to hear from Mark, man. Is Samuel delusional, or are the Ravens out? I need to hear it.
Is Cooper Rush Lamar Jackson?
No.
Last I checked, no.
Yeah,
No.
they're gonna lose. Like, how many games they're gonna lose? Like I think it's gonna happen. Cooper Rush is not Lamar Jackson. Their defense is meant to be really, really awesome, like ours and like the Browns and stuff like that. Yet they allow 133 points and leading all time. Yes, they've versed better teams than the Chiefs and Lions and those guys out there as well. I get that, but they're in a tough spot. 1-3, soon to be 1-4. I think they lose against the Texans. They lose against the Rams until they get Lamar Jackson back. And also, I was in the Ravens chat on YouTube the other day, and all I saw the whole time was fire Harbaugh. You guys are done. That's fantastic. I say sign him up.
Hey, Mark, man, I was thinking this. I kept saying you guys were at the road to breaking. Maybe I was thinking of the Ravens. Maybe they're on the break.
If you've been following the breadcrumbs that I've been dropping, I dropped the $74 million cap hit of Lamar Jackson last year on the show. I said
about that.
I said that was coming up, and nobody paid attention to that. And I know Linderbaum that conversation is going to come up soon. I think that contract conversation stuff that you guys were giving me for the last 2 years, I think we're going to be having a lot of conversations about your contract. Linderbaum's a Bengal. All right, I'm telling you that right now, because Zay going to want to get paid. And I got money. I got a little money.
Y'all just stingy with it.
I understand too as well.
A little bit.
Like, I understand as well.
We'll pay a center, though. They don't get paid that much. I can pay a center.
Injuries are tough right now for the Ravens. They got a lot of guys out, right? It's definitely not a good thing in terms of quarterback to their linebacker to whoever, whatever it may be. But at the same time, the NFL doesn't really care about that. It only cares about the wins and losses. And can the Ravens basically stay afloat long enough to get back in front? But I think it's going to be a very tough road for these guys to get out of their own way. And it starts with their defense now too. And they've always been known for hard-hitting defense, low scoring. I said it last year too with that other guy who used to kick the football. You get them to the 50 and they play good defense, you can win games, right? And that's what the Steelers are now doing. But now we have Aaron Rodgers, which he looks like to be the best quarterback playing at the moment because Lamar's out, Joe Burrow's out, and Gabriel's doing something, right?
You about to turn up. You better relax.
That's crazy.
I'm saying,
It's true,
he could be the best one.
I would hope he's better than Jake Browning and Cooper Rush, right?
I think the scariest thing with the Steelers, though,
you don't know.
Mark's making a good point. I hate to say it, and I hate giving y'all blokes any type of credit, but like if the Steelers get into the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, this isn't Kenny Pickett. This isn't Mitchell Trubisky. This isn't whoever the other blokes you guys had at quarterback. This is Aaron Rodgers. And when you talk about playoff experience, one thing that trumps a lot is experience. And boy, oh boy, they got a lot of it. So I'd be like let's hope for that debacle because I really don't want to see the black and gold make it to the playoffs.
I think they'll be in the playoffs
are going after.
I think a lot of teams would prefer to play that though. Like, I mean, I know that he's experienced. He still gets sacked 2-3 times every single game. When you get to that game, to that playoff atmosphere, that the crowd and the speed of them the edge rushers of a playoff team is going to hit. Those blokes are coming, Mark.
Them blokes going to crumble right in Lake Erie. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. Keep waiting.
We'll get to a couple of super chats here. Red Hood said, Sam, apologize. Zim, you're cooked. Bro is going to get traded.
Apologize for what? Do I got to apologize or Sam got to apologize?
I think he's saying.
I don't know. There's not a good amount of commas used here. Can't really decipher what's going on here.
He ran out of here. He was like, man, I'm not spending a penny over that right there. And I'm not using no commas as a result.
But Zim, is Burrow going to get traded?
And I do not think that Burrow's going to get traded ever. I think that the Bengals would hold on to Burrow like with a headlock and they would force him to say, you're going to retire or you're going to be a Bengal. There is no scenario where they're going to let him go.
I think they're more likely to do a 52-player trade than they are to trade Joe Burrow anywhere. So
what am I even talking about? Joe Burrow, Kevin Durant came out with a statement yesterday and said that Joe Burrow, like him and Burrow are good friends. Like he's talking about like how he's ready to get back out there and stuff like that. Jamar Chase visited him and all this stuff like that. Joe Burrow just doesn't want to talk or be seen with anybody right now with the scooter or whatever because the psychology of your teammate seeing you, like down like that, like he not gonna come out like at all. He ain't said nothing. He ain't talked since the injury, nothing at all. He's like Batman to us or whatever. But like, bro, it's like so locked in. Like football would have to make him not ever want to play again. And he's the Ohio kid. Like he's a Bengal for life, bro. Sorry.
We got them M's for him if he want to come up north.
There's another Ohio team over there.
That would be the nastiest thing ever in the history of football.
Witch's fault.
You might be a Browns fan after that.
He said it's all the Etsy witch's fault.
Didn't they have somebody hired a witch?
Hired a witch on Etsy to freaking jinx the Ravens, and it's working.
Really?
Okay,
Etsy,
what's the story on this? Because I'm clueless.
Literally that. Someone said that one of her girls went on Etsy, hired a witch to put a hex on one of the teams, and someone asked which team, and she said the Ravens.
Oh my god!
And this is back in September 9th.
I might need to order that. I got some wishes to make on some.
Right, I need that
teams
Jaguars
around me
to be one.
It's crazy.
I don't think so, man. It's not looking good for you so far, Zay.
It's really not. I'm kind of like, what the hell? I thought we were on the high horse a couple weeks ago. Like, yeah, y'all pick about to be good. Here y'all are 3-1.
Yeah, I hope it keeps going. We'll see. We'll see. I can never truly count on them. But we're going to move on, and we'll go ahead and do some sleeper picks here. Of course, Sleeper is the proud sponsor of the AFC North Roundtable, and they actually have a new promo where you're going to get a free $20 deposit by just using code RTS, no deposit necessary. So definitely go hit that up. We're going to go around the division, of course, and do some picks over here. Of course, Cleveland's a 9:30 a.m. game. So, Zay, if you have any ones you like here, I mean, Dylan Gabriel, 190.5 passing yards. That looks a little bit juicy, not going to lie. I mean,
easy money, Zay.
Judkins, anytime touchdown. I like Judkins. I got him late in a bunch of fantasy drafts, and I think that was a good pick for me. So
you can get the automatic money and take a Myles Garrett sack if it's on there. Carson Wentz is definitely going to get sacked.
Because I haven't got a team. Can I do the opposite?
1,000%. Is there a Carson Wentz interception on there?
There's no Myles Garrett number, but let's see about the Carson Wentz.
No, go ahead and give me Isaiah Bond over yards. He's on the up and up trending,
right,
and he had some really good catches last week. So
higher than 28.5 yards. We'll move on and go Houston, Baltimore. Wow, not many ones over here. We got a Derrick Henry one. So 78.5 rushing yards. You going higher or lower on this?
I want to say higher, but something tells me that Texans defense is going to really key in on Derrick Henry and force Cooper Rush to get out. So I'm going to put under.
I can tell you, as someone who has the Jaguars have a really good run game. They played the Texans a couple weeks ago. They are going to do everything they can to stop the run, and they're going to make Cooper Rush beat them. So
yeah,
I'll say you got to go the lower.
And they got my favorite cornerback in the NFL too. I think I
don't think he's playing. He's
not? Okay.
Derek Stingley, you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stingley has the power to take out whoever you want.
All right. So next we'll go Detroit against Cincinnati. We got Jamar Chase, anytimer, Chase Brown, anytimer, just a bunch of anytimers. Jake Browning, 218.5 passing yards.
No. Absolutely not. Give me David Montgomery with the anytime touchdown.
All right, we're going against the Bengals on this one.
Oh, they're
right. I think my duty to the people that watch the show is I'm giving insight. It's not about favoritism. I want you guys to go and sign up with Sleeper, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys good information. David Montgomery from Cincinnati, never played in Cincinnati, ready to run through a
touchdown slip.
Ready to go and kill.
Thank you, Zim.
Ready to go and kill Cincinnati. Weak goal line guy. Like, he's going to get the ball right then. 1,000%. Give me an anytime touchdown, David Montgomery.
I appreciate
Lions minus 40.
What's that?
Lions minus 40. Legit.
Is that right?
It is. No, it's minus 11 at home. I'm sorry, plus 11 at home, bro.
That's wild.
Lions going to tee off, man. They're going to tee off with Jared Goff. They're going to watch up.
And before I take this one, the Steelers are off, right? It's a bye week.
Yeah, bye week.
Okay.
You're going to buy
it. I like that early buy. Get him. Yeah.
Let them blokes.
You're going to heal up.
Yeah, let them blokes try to play through it later. Yeah, they're going to
games. You got to take a break.
Their schedule is so tough.
So we're gonna put $5 on this one to win 25.
3-1 here, you're 1-3 with some really bad quarterback situations. I love it.
Coming to the bottom, baby. You coming to the bottom with us, man.
You keep saying that. It's not gonna happen.
We all gonna tie at last place somehow.
Somehow, I feel like Steelers losing Mark just brings us closer together, bro. That's all we're trying to do is bring you in for a group hug. I know how far it is for the flight, so it's just love, bro.
Just imagine if we were the AFC South, bro. We could all be under 500 and make a playoffs that way.
Bro, there's 2, 3, and 1 teams in the AFC South right now, man. We're hitting it big right now.
For now.
Right now, we're hitting it big. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, the Jaguars can continue it, but I can never. I had to be prepared for the worst, unfortunately, with the Jaguars. But it's not the AFC South. This is the AFC North. Wait till
you blokes play the North.
We only played the Bengals this year.
That was it.
Yeah, we had the third place matchup.
Let me I got to cut in. The way you guys say blokes is so wrong, by the way.
Wow, bro.
What you mean? We right on cue with it.
No, it's like, I don't know. It's like
what are you trying to make fun of? Like us saying bloke? Like what are you trying to say? Like you making fun of us using?
Yeah, I feel a little bit offended right now.
Right, this is our slang now. What are you talking about?
Timing.
All right,
chill out, bloke.
See, that's you don't know how Americans make the slang go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to hip you in. Why don't you make a trip over to the States and let's really kick it?
Yeah, come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, come to Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah,
ain't gonna be no tea. Ain't gonna be no tea and crumpets. We giving you fucking hot dogs and shit like that at the tailgate. Burn ass. We're gonna put them on the grill, burn them.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll make some rural American food. But shout out to Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper.
Mark is like so confused. Yeah. Do you on game day? What do you eat bangers and mash for like? What do you got? Guys eat.
What do we eat on game day?
Yeah, we eat hash smokes out here.
In Australia it's 3 a.m. so I don't eat anything. I just wake up and have coffee.
I'm saying game day. Like what do you like? So you wake up and then you just
Hot Pocket.
Well, if I'm in Australia, I don't have anything. Yeah. I have nothing if it's 3 a.m. But if I'm in America, I have a burger or two or eat some pizza.
Shrimp and
sounds like a great atmosphere.
Are you a pineapple on your pizza guy?
Oh, if it's there, I won't. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
All right. Interesting
stuff.
You
act like I haven't been to America. I've been there fucking 6 times. I've been to Pittsburgh 4 times.
Jesus Christ.
I've been to Steelers versus Ravens where they won that game too.
Calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
So shout out to Sleeper Man, 100% deposit match using promo code RTS. Of course, remember that free $20 deposit if you guys want to play. They're going to get you in that way. So next we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to go around the division. Of course, we have 3 different matchups this upcoming week. And the first one, we have the Vikings again playing international at 9:30 a.m., but this time the opponent is the 1-3 Browns. Of course, we have Dillon Gabriel making his first start as a Cleveland Brown. Should be very interesting. We'll get Zim's take on this, and we'll get the creators of each team to kind of give the takes on their own team. So Zay, give us your feelings on this one and a score prediction.
This is such a tough game to be in because you know me, I can be a homer. So I want to be as realistic as I can be with this one. I think this is one of those setup games. It reminds me of the game. I looked back the last time that we played the Vikings and we won 14-3, I think it was, or something like that. And shortly after that, that was when Odell's dad dropped the infamous "I'm open" tape and the whole Baker debacle went down. I think this is another one of those games where the defense is going to yield you to a victory. Dillon Gabriel is going to do everything he can to not turn the ball over. It's going to be very, very basic. We're going to be sitting here next week, and I'm going to be like, yeah, we won, but our offense still didn't put up 20 points. Still not moving the ball downfield. Like, I just feel like it's going to be one of those games. So if we do win this game, I'm taking the Browns to win this game. You can't afford to go 1-4 with the hot seat that you're being on. Give me the Browns 19, the Vikings 16.
All right. So interesting affair there. Next up, we have at 1:00, the Texans going to Baltimore and playing the Ravens. Both teams 1-3 right now. I don't know how many people predicted that before the season, but here we are. Both teams desperate for a victory at this point. Samuel, of course, the Ravens are very injured, but the Texans' offense is kind of trash. So we got to hear from you, man. What's going to go on in this game?
Hey, Jaguar, real quick. Can I ask you? Can the other teams? Can we give our prediction on the game as well?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll go around, give some quick hitters.
Oh, you want me to do the Browns?
Yeah, we'll start with the Browns one.
Okay, cool. I think the Browns win. I think the Browns got it. I think their defense is just too dominant, and I think the rookie does enough to not make a mistake. And Browns win. I like that 19-16 score. So give me that.
All right, we'll go to Zim.
I agree with everything that Zay said. I feel like that's crazy. Like, I think it's going to be one of them games where offensively both teams do absolutely nothing. I'm going to tell you, the Vikings, that what they do pre-snap is going to confuse young Dillon Gabriel a lot. He had Browning in hell. But defensively is how they, I watched them, like, make their hay. And I think their offense really isn't good at all. Like, and if you go really watch them early in the season, I know they had to win with McCarthy when he had to come back, but then the week after that, they scored like 6 points. It was fool's gold against us. I don't think that the offense is good at all. I think the score is like 14-10 Browns.
Interesting. All right, Mark, let's hear it.
Yeah, I think the Vikings win this game because they've obviously came over to Ireland with us, and they're going back-to-back to London for the first time. I think in NFL history, they go to Ireland, then London. So they'll be customized to the time a bit better than the Browns will. Vikings, of course, have a tough defense. Hopefully, they can figure some things out with Wentz. Wentz went down too many times with those 6 sacks. But I think first game as a rookie, I think they fail over there. I think they take care of business for the Vikings, and they won't lose 2 on the road international theme games. I think the Vikings win this game with Brian Flores, and they win comfortably 31-10 or something similar, where he's going to make rookie mistakes. Like I said, it doesn't matter who I think he is, because he's a rookie quarterback, and the NFL should be ready, or the Vikings team should be ready for him in London.
Who the fuck is this guy? Dude has one good defensive game, and all of a sudden the Browns just don't exist. Like 41 points from Carson Wentz. Are we drunk? 41 points from Carson Wentz. You're high on you're high in Dublin.
I said 31.
Points? That's still 31 points from Carson. Hell no.
How is it high? What's wrong with that?
Carson Wentz.
They got some of the best receivers they got some of the best receivers known to the game.
Carson Wentz almost won an MVP.
I don't give a. That was. I don't give
like a decade ago.
Right. I was gonna say that was
I'm playing.
Quarterback. They moved on Joe Flacco so fast, and you got to go over to London and ship him over there right away, and he's good to go.
Somebody get this.
That's right, Mark. Stand on it.
On a first flight back to Australia.
That's insane to me. Insane take that you think Gabriel, Dylan, whoever he is going to turn up and just rock the Vikings.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your obnoxious 31-point score. Like Carson Wentz is going to carve up the best defense in the league. You're drunk.
But why? Why not?
How many points did the best defense in the league give up last week, Zay?
That's to the best offense in the league. And then if you watch the game, the offense gave up like 20 points.
If they don't get the play ready to go,
gave up more points than the defense.
All right. Well, struck a little bit of a nerve there. But we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top of this.
31 points. Clip. My bad.
All right, clip it. It's what happened.
Hey, everybody can be held accountable here. So if it's insane, he'll come back next week and either victory lap or be clowned on, because that's what we do on the AFC North Roundtable. So next up, we already set up this game, but Ravens hosting the Texans. Samuel, who do you got?
I got the Ravens, but I am not confident at all. Now, the only reason why I'm picking the Ravens to win is because the Texans' offensive line is truly, truly awful. And I think that the Ravens, if they have Travis Jones and CJ Okoye playing, have enough, I trust them to get that penetration. But I am doubly nervous from the Houston Texans defense because I do think that they'll try their best to kind of mitigate the damage that our run game can do. And unless Todd Monken has a plan in place to kind of counteract that, then it could be a long day. But I think the Ravens do, in fact, win the game. I trust Cooper Rush to beat the Texans. I'm just not sure if they can have him win the rest of those games. But the Texans, I think he can get it done. Give me the Ravens to win this game 24-10.
All right. We'll go to Mark. Mark, what's your prediction on this one?
I think Cooper Rush runs for 170 yards rushing and 220 yards and 2 TDs, and they win the game.
I like it.
Are you kidding? No, they're going to lose the game. The Ravens have no Lamar Jackson. Right. Lamar Jackson. They got whoever their defense is going to pressure down and take care of Derrick Henry. Half their defense is out. CJ Stroud's going to go off, and they're going to win the game. The Ravens lose 1-4.
Wow. So Zay, let's hear it.
1-4.
Yeah, you coming to the bottom of the barrel with us, baby boy, with all your all pros, with all your MVPs and years of experience. Listen, coming from somebody who's witnessed DeMeco Ryans have veteran quarterbacks or quarterbacks that have been in the league see ghost. Oh, Cooper Kupp gonna have it in if they ain't giving the ball to Derrick Henry. So give me the Houston Texans. How many points did y'all score last week? Y'all scored 10 points last week? 20. Oh, my bad. So give me the Texans 27 and Ravens 13.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
Double digit.
Okay, Zim, let's hear it.
I think that if Cooper Rush is the quarterback in this game, you're 1-4, bro. Like like that's all I can say, bro. Like 1-4. And the one thing I hate, I'm such a competitor. I don't want to hear no Ravens fans talk about no goddamn injuries, bro. Like it's going to piss me off, bro.
If our quarterback's not playing, I mean that's a big.
I need him back, bro. I need him back. even if he just misses this 1 week, I need him back expeditiously so I can show you something. Like without that Hall of Fame 60-yard field goal dude, without all them all pros, without all them Pro Bowlers. Not happening, bro. It is not. I don't care who the quarterback out there. Like, you're not like that. And I want him to get back, praying for a speedy recovery for Lamar Jackson. because I swear to goodness, if I gotta go a whole year hearing about injuries, bro, I'm going to lose my mind, bro. Like I need him back. But yeah, Texans, bro. Nico Collins about to give you work. I think Nicholas Chubb running, like, bro. Up front, you're saying Travis Jones coming back. Travis Jones has been grading as one of the worst run defenders in the NFL. I just don't even see any of those dudes being able to do anything with them. And defensively, I don't know if y'all saw that Texans and Titans game. I know Cam Ward's a rookie. It was awful. Al Shazier or whatever that everybody wants to kick out the league, he's knocking somebody out. And like, bro, he's just like he's the new Burfict, bro. Like them dudes out there. The Texans are a hard-hitting football team, and that is a tough matchup, bro. I got the Texans in this one by 17 points. Like, I think it's 24 to like 12 or something weird like that.
Gee, Samuel, I don't think these guys like the Ravens.
I mean, we've been on top for so long. I get it.
So, the beautiful thing about being a fan of the AFC North is we get games all day, right? We get a 9:30 one, we get a 1 o'clock one, and now we also get a 4:25 one. The Lions will travel to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. The Bengals are 2-2, looking to get their winning record back. Zim, let's hear it, bro.
The Lions are going to win this game big. But can I say that you guys are smiling, but you do not want the Bengals with a healthy Joe Burrow coming back next year with a top 5, top 10 pick.
Next year.
You do not want that. You do not want that. That's what I'm here to tell you. So everybody laugh it up. You blokes are going to get cooked one by one this season. The Bengals are just the first ones to get cooked first. So I got the Lions in this game. I picked the Broncos last week too, if everybody remembers on the show. But I got the Lions in this one too. Bengals have nothing up front for the Lions. I think maybe some of them guys on our team can get some kind of numbers, but Jake Browning is not it, bro.
So I ask you again, Zim, is it a possibility that your boy Zach Taylor can get fired in the middle of the year? I asked you last week. Do you think your opinion changes now?
I do, because if he's constantly getting whooped in these prime spots, this is a 4:30 game. That's like kind of like the new prime time a little bit too. You just got embarrassed on Monday night. Yeah, 1000%. I think he could, because he's also doubling down on Jake Browning. Remember, we fired the D coordinators, fired the offensive line coach, fired all of them guys, all of his guys that he ain't like Jermaine Pratt and all them guys like that. All them guys he's the last man standing. So all these other teams that try and get rid of y'all coach, there's steps to it. I've already completed a lot of my steps to get my the other guys out the way. We got the contingency coach already in place with Dan Pitcher, who's a pretty good offensive mind. I think that he's been there longer. He would be the next step in line for an interim. And Zach Taylor 1000% could get fired during the season.
Backup quarterbacks, interim head coaches, top 5 picks. Things are up right now for Cincinnati Bengals. So we can go ahead and go to Zay. Let's hear it, man.
Y'all about to get y'all tails spanked. Y'all about to y'all ain't even gonna have black stripes by the time Detroit done with y'all.
Hold on. How many points the Lions put on you?
A lot.
34?
A lot. I don't even remember. I know it was a lot.
I don't think they're gonna put up as many as they put on you.
They won't need. See, it's gonna be one of them just slow roasting ass whoopings where they throw you in a toaster for 4 hours. And you know how like back in the day when we was kids and that sun hit a certain way at 6:45 and you like, damn, my team down 30. There's still 4 points. There's still 4 minutes in the game left. You go outside and play outside just to come back in to see Boomer doing highlights of your team getting spanked. That's pretty much what's about to happen this week. So I can't wait to see a Jamar Chase explosion. We already saw a glimpse of it last week. It seems like it's on the horizon. I mean, as a guy who's been at the bottom of the division for so long, I'm loving every moment of it. Give me the Lions 1,000,000,000.
Wow. Okay. Let's hear it, Mark. What you got?
Yeah, I just want to say, obviously it is no Joe Burrow, no win. You know, they've got no backup plan at quarterback, and Jake Browning is not the answer. And it's also interesting to hear that you guys are saying that they want to fire Zach Taylor, the Browns coach, and maybe John Harbaugh. And yet half the Steeler Nation wants to get rid of Mike Tomlin, and here we are 3-1. I just find that kind of interesting. But the Lions will walk into Cincinnati, and with the situation right now, I think they do get toasted. I think without Joe Burrow, their whole team, their whole identity is out the window, and that's fully clear right now. Unless they figure something out and they some kind of game plan or get behind Jake Browning. But he's also throwing a lot of picks, so it's going to be a Lions, I think, whitewash, or what do they call their white stripes or whatever. They're going to take over. Lions are a really top talented team. So Lions win this game big, but I reckon by 30 points.
All right, Samuel, close us out here. Who you got this matchup?
It's definitely the Lions. What else can we say? They're just going to kick them while they're down. Joe Burrow's not there, so there's no
stomp us out.
They're really going to stomp y'all out, unfortunately. I feel bad, honestly, because if you guys had the QB, it'd be a better game. But yeah, it's going to be rough.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this show. 3 teams playing this weekend, kind of fighting for relevance right now, right? Trying to get back in this. So we'll definitely see what happens. Luckily, like I said, we got a 9:30 game, 1 o'clock game, 4:30 game. The AFC North is playing pretty much all day on Sunday. So definitely stay locked in. And, of course, stay locked in right here on the AFC North Roundtable. We're live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely keep us in your weekly schedule. And with all that said, we appreciate all you guys so much for joining us. Shout out to Sleeper. Remember, 100% deposit match using promo code RTS. And we will catch you guys next week.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, fourth and forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network, covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.